Hi, I'm Anahí from Purl Perspectives, and we've got a great episode for you today. We're talking about traveling, what we're making, what we're reading, and just life in general. So stick around and let's get started with another Purl Perspectives live stream. Hi again, and welcome to another Purl Perspectives. We are your three pearls. I'm Anahí.
I'm Carine.
And I'm Allie.
And this is our weekly podcast where we come together as three real-life friends from Ottawa in Canada, the Great White North, and we sit around and we sip on stuff and chit-chat and talk about what we're making and what we're feeling and what's weighing on the world of us and just life in general.
Yep. Can get pretty deep.
It can get kind of deep, yeah.
And occasionally we have a cameo from our mascot, Bilbo, who you can hear snoring softly in the background.
Very softly. He's so soft. He's the softest. So, let's get started right away with some dorks. And maybe I will pass it on to you first.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm going to see if I can get the chat on the side of this.
Let's
I
go.
can't see what you're talking about.
Let's go. Alrighty. So, world, you're probably wondering, what is Allie drinking today?
I was wondering.
You were wondering? I have in this old spaghetti jar a very berry iced tea that I just cold brewed in the fridge overnight in preparation for today. Keep hydrated in this heat, folks. It's important. What is my outfit today, you may be asking, wondering, admiring, if you will. I am wearing my outline tee by Jessie May. That's who designed the pattern. I knit this in Malabrigo in the Frank Ochre colorway last year? The year before that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love it, and I've given it some modifications, which are all listed in my Ravelry page, which is listed down below. And, yeah, love this shirt a lot. It's great. It's a great shirt. And somebody over there may or may not be wearing the same pattern. Pew pew!
It's like our minds collided.
Yeah. So, what am I reading this week? Currently, I am rereading, for the umpteenth time, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen in preparation for our Crafternoon at the Movies, which is coming up on August 16th here in Ottawa at the Maehrer Theatre. We'll be showing Pride and Prejudice, the 2005 Joe Wright edition.
Because there's no better edition.
I feel like that's a controversial statement that you just made.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to upset anybody.
For her. No. The 2005 edition is my personal favorite.
Well, that's what I
But
meant.
some people will fight you over the 1995 Colin Firth miniseries.
It's
right?
true.
Yeah.
I've been told that I can't go on without watching it.
I can't believe you've never seen it.
I didn't even know it existed. I know. Crazy, right? But I've watched the 2005 version like a million times.
It's so good. Anyway, I'm rereading Pride and Prejudice in preparation for our Crafternoon, and it's so good. It's so good. Read those classics that you have on the shelf, fam. They're classics for a reason.
I agree.
I'm also reading Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Maehrer. It's the second in the series. I think I talked about the first book a little while ago, Assistant to the Villain. It's so funny. I have it on Libby. I've got it from the library. I read it on the train every morning on my way to and from work. And I just recently finished, because I'm definitely the bookiest of bookworms, 2 books in the last couple of weeks since we last went live, of Monsters and Mainframes by Barbara Truelove, which was recommended to me and lent to me by our friend of the pod, Alex. It is so funny. It's like a paranormal murder investigation in space. Oh! And the spaceship that they're on is an AI that you fall in love with.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good. First of all, read the trigger warnings because it's a murder mystery. So like there's going to be stuff in there.
There's going to be at least murder.
Yeah, at least, but there is some tough topics that are touched on. So, take care of yourself before you pick up new books. It's really funny. Would recommend it. I think I knocked it out in like not even 3 days because I just couldn't stop giggling. I was enjoying it. And then I also read Lula Dean's Little Library of Banned Books. This is another one that I would definitely recommend reading the trigger warnings for because it does touch on a lot of really tough topics as well. But essentially what happens is this woman in a small town in Georgia decides to go on a book banning crusade. And so she puts up a little library in her front yard of, like, the good books that are acceptable to read. But then...
Oh, what a Karen.
But then somebody in the town is like, I'm not dealing with this, and puts all of the banned books in the covers of the good books in the little free library, and shenanigans ensue.
Oh. Love it.
It's really funny. Like, it does deal with some really tough topics, and it is one that you should give yourself the space and the grace to say no to if those things are not for you. But I read this in 2 days. I just couldn't. I think I sat on my patio for like 3 hours one afternoon, just like as I was going through it, because the characters are hilarious. So yeah, these have been some of my recent reads. And as for what I'm knitting, well, you've seen it before several times. This is the Doppio sweater by Suenghee Knits. I've got one sleeve done. I'm not going to do the tubular bind off on air because I need to rewatch the video every time. But I will definitely be starting the second sleeve today while we're on air. This is for my sister, and I'll be making a dark and moody complement one for myself.
Meg, if you are watching this...
She's not.
Meg, I know you're not watching, but let me tell you, if you're not careful, I'm going to steal these from you, girl. It's so good.
It's soft.
I wish you guys could be here to, like, squish this, because it's delicious.
It's two strands
so
of fingering
good.
weight yarn and one strand of mohair, or whatever fluff suits you. And I would definitely recommend it, so. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it's stuttering a little bit. Okay. Why don't you go ahead with your dork, and I'm going to plug us in.
Okay,
right.
that is always strange that it's doing that. We're back on your Wi-Fi, but okay.
Okay. Well, what am I drinking? Well, I was drinking raspberry and pomegranate tea, and then it wasn't cold enough. I was trying to make it iced tea, and it didn't work out, so now it's just plain water again. So I tried, but better luck next time. So that's what I'm drinking in my knit cup that I'm obsessed with. Outfit is the outline tee again. I mean, we love a good pattern. I kind of want to make 5 more of these, but yeah. Well, I like this yarn specifically. This is a trailhead
the
yarn.
tencel, yeah.
The tencel, so because it's so perfect for summer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, reading. I just finished yesterday night the Royal Elite series from Rina Kent, so I'm done with that. It was fine. It was great. It wasn't as good as her recent one, but it was good. And now I just started, literally this morning before coming here, I started the 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim that I am so freaking excited to start reading. I've been having this in my to read pile for a bit, and I'm very excited because it is a bit of nostalgic story for me, because
What's it called?
6 Crimson Cranes.
6 Crimson Cranes.
The author got inspired by the tale of I don't know like what the origin is specifically, but the one I remember is there's a Japanese anime from, like, I want to say the 80s.
Whoa.
Where
OG.
Yeah. Where essentially a princess, I think I've mentioned this before, but a princess and her 7 brothers have a stepmother who's just, like, not a good stepmom. Who decides to, because she's jealous and all that stuff, she decides to transform all of the kids into cranes, or, well, in this case, swans, but in obviously in the story I'm going to be reading it's cranes. And the brothers get transformed, but the princess gets away. And then she finds out that the only way to essentially break the curse is for her to knit a sweater for each of her brothers.
Oh my god!
Through the entire process, she is not allowed to speak or utter one single word. Sound. Not even a word, not a sound. If she makes a sound, it's game over. You know what I mean? Like, the princes are not, like, there's no coming back.
That's crazy high stakes.
Yes, it is. And so essentially she's, she spoiler alert, she, in the original, and I don't know if this is the original, but in the anime from the 80s that I remember seeing, she does succeed after a lot of torture. Well, torture, a little bit of physical torture, because they tried to like make her speak and it doesn't work. But essentially, she does. She succeeds. The story that I'm reading right now is heavily inspired by this, so I'm very excited to see how she takes it or how she twists it, because it sounds like the princess is much more of a I'm ready to kick some ass, and I'm here for it, because it's a 2-part, so it's not just one book, it's 2 books so far. I don't know if they're just gonna be more, but so far it's 2 books, and it looks really like the first book is essentially very much inspired by this, and then in the second book it sounds like it's a lot of like her as a more of like an active warrior role, which
That's
I'm
cool.
very excited to so yeah, it's a bit of a nostalgia, but also like very excited to see this new interpretation.
6 Crimson Cranes.
Yes, by Elizabeth Lim.
So you heard it here first, folks. If you want to save your siblings, make them sweaters.
Yeah,
You're welcome, Megan. You're welcome.
for not being transformed into a crane. This is probably where I got my my first taste of knitting propaganda. It was from that 1980 something anime.
It's kind of the opposite of the sweater curse, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's still a sweater curse.
No, but the sweater is the sweater is the
Yeah, but that's
the solution.
Yeah, in this case it's the solution.
I don't know. I'd say that the sweater is the solution to a bad relationship in the real life sweater curse, the boyfriend
Right.
sweater curse. Because that's what they say, right? Like it's you spend so much time and effort making the sweater that you really think about how worthy the relationship is, and
Totally.
that's why people end relationships.
It's there's this
because
dramatic.
they realize the recipient isn't actually worthy.
I still remember the dramatic scene where she like throws all of the sweaters in the air, and then the swans just like swoop in. It makes no sense, but they swoop in and like kind of like get in the sweaters as swans, and then they all transform back into kids. Well,
Aww.
young men in this case, because I think it takes her 7 years to make it. So one sweater
a year. Honestly, that's really realistic expectations
Well,
for knitting a sweater.
You want to know why? Because she also had to make the yarn from like leaves in the forest.
Oh.
She literally had to make the yarn. Like she can't just purchase the yarn. She can't talk. So she went in the forest with the animals.
Yeah.
And then she made the yarn, like, you know, like she did the whole thing. So it's literally from scratch all the way to like she made the whole thing. There's no part in this that was not her doing. Nice. So it kind of makes sense that it took her that long. As for knitting, I'm knitting the Two Night Top by Lily Kate France. This is just a back pain. I started it not too long ago. I am living for this full silk, 100% silk.
It's so soft,
yarn.
so smooth.
By, oh my god, I have it here. Fleur et Bonbon, which is it's from Montreal. It's obviously a hand-dyed yarn. It's marvelous. I love it. It's, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
It's soft,
It's
and I
nice.
let's just say, knitting it is an experience.
And I see that you've got your little sock here.
So this is actually not a sock. This is for pet owners who have small cats and dogs that can fit in there. They have bigger ones. This is literally made.
Opportunity for me to practice this new technique.
Fair enough.
And I'm having a good time. Yeah. Ask me what it's for.
What is it for, Annie? What are you making this bag for, Annie?
I'm making a bag to put my new camera in.
Aww. You can't see it, but we're all staring at the camera right now.
I got a new
beautiful.
camera. I saved my pennies and I did a lot of research and I picked a camera on the budget side that I could use for filmmaking and taking better pictures and just documenting my life and using for the podcast as well. So I'm really happy about it, but I'm feeling really nervous that it's a delicate item. And I never have these, like, delicate items around. So I wanted something fluffy and plushy to
Take care of it.
and lug it around. So I'm making a soft little pouch to put my delicate little camera in. So I'll show you guys how it's
gonna be all cozy.
It's gonna be really cute. It's a smart construction, too. So we'll see how we do.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's quite fun. And I love the colors that you've chosen.
Thank you. I'm proud to report this is all stash yarn.
Hey! That's good. That's nice.
Yeah. I have no idea what material this is. 100% I'm sure it's acrylic. I'm not sure exactly what kind. But the texture was right, and the weight of it was also kind of appropriate for the pattern. So we will see how it turns out.
Nice.
That's what I'm making. Aren't we a bunch of dorks?
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm trying something so reckless.
What are you trying?
Tubular bind off.
You
on
said you
air.
wouldn't.
I said I wouldn't, but then I was like, I can fucking do it.
But
I can freaking do it.
you remember how?
No, I have a tutorial right here.
Oh, stop it.
Thank you, Shibui Knits, for a written out tutorial, so you don't have to hear a weird YouTube video. Not weird. You don't have to hear a YouTube video in the back walking me through it.
Seriously.
Hopefully this works out. I did it on the bottom, and it was like once you get the first couple of stitches, because it's basically the same as a grafting, like the toe of a sock.
Yeah.
Formerly known, in my opinion, as Kitchener stitch. We don't call it Kitchener stitch anymore.
Because he didn't do anything. Lord Kitchener was
Nope.
just a... He just
White
stole
man
it.
with money. So I'm just gonna attempt, and if it fails, then I'll put it aside. I've got the needles for the other sleeve, and then I'll just pick up and go from there.
There you go. Okay. Well, I believe in you.
I'm not sure I believe in myself right now, but
I mean,
YOLO.
you got this.
It's only going to my sister. It doesn't really matter. Joking.
I think it matters a lot, and
Did you
I think
hear that?
Your sister's very detail oriented. That she would notice if something was different.
I don't think she would though. My sister's very knitworthy because like when I do make mistakes, she's like, yeah, but like you made me a thing. So like,
Oh, that's the right approach.
we appreciate that, you know.
We stand, Meg.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
stand.
We stand, Meg. Yeah,
So-
very good. We have some people in the chat. Hello. We're so sorry to hear that the stream is kind of stuttering. I promise I'm gonna check out what's happened. I thought I fixed it.
Yeah, it's
Maybe it wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah.
But we've done all sorts of things. We have updated all the software.
Yeah.
We have gotten a different camera.
Yeah.
We're back to our original Wi-Fi and location.
Yeah.
Everything's wired in now to the modem too. On top of that.
Yeah.
So we're
I don't
kind
know.
of at a loss.
The next thing that I think I'm gonna check, and this might be looking behind, like under the hood, way too detailed for you guys, but the next thing I'm going to explore is maybe lowering the rate or the what do you call the HD, the resolution at which it transmits to YouTube. Because I think the capture is fine, but when it's being transmitted to YouTube and then displayed for you, it's having a bit of trouble getting such big like data chunks out there.
But
Yeah.
what have
I
we?
don't know.
It was perfectly fine, and we didn't change anything.
I don't know.
Was it when we stopped using your phone?
No.
No, the first time it happened was on your side.
Oh, right,
That's
it
why we
was.
assumed
Yeah.
it was the Wi-Fi that was the problem.
Anyway,
We'll figure it out.
We'll do a bit of a experimentation session this week, and then we'll come back next week with non-stuttering content for you, and that's a promise that I will try.
Yes. We are definitely not IT
But
folk.
but not a promise that I will succeed. But also, if you know someone who is a live stream expert, please let them know that we need help because we have no idea what we're
If
doing.
you know what's happening, or you may have an idea,
Yeah, please let us know.
maybe tell us what we could be looking for.
But a big hello to Lexi. I think Lexi had to step out because their brain was not happy with the stuttery. But thank you so much for being here, Lexi. I know you're gonna catch the. The rerun. What's the rerun called? The replay. So hello, we see you, we notice you, we love you. Thanks, Maehrer, for being here. It's so good to catch you live. Nice to see you in the comment section. And Alex is here. Hi, Alex. You guys don't know this, but Monsters and Mainframe was a recommendation by Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Alex recommended to me another book that something about a river. The river has roots.
Oh yes, by Amal El Motar.
Yeah.
I have a copy of it if you wanna. Well, I know you like doing digital, but
Yeah. I'm on the Libby waitlist for it. It's a 4-hour audiobook.
Yes, it's a short.
And
It's a
the
novella.
waitlist is 4 months.
I'm
Wow.
sure that'll speed.
I don't think it's gonna be 4 months. I think people are gonna breeze through it
Probably.
because it's, from what I've heard, it's a really interesting book and a really like potato chippy read. Like you just want to keep going and going and going.
I gotta watch a video for this. I'm so confused.
I knew you were gonna get there,
So you have something
but
else you can
you
work
know,
on?
I'm on your side. If
Well,
you
it's
want
just
to do
like
something
the
reckless.
photos are just not quite enough. I need to
Yeah.
hear and like see. Anyway, I tried.
Do you want to know who has a really good
Very pink knits.
No.
Oh.
A really good tutorial for the tubular bind off.
Who?
And they explain it so clearly and in my opinion humorously.
Okay.
Their name is Sorceress Knits
Okay.
or Sorceress Yarn.
Mm-hmm.
They're I forget which Nordic
Scandinavian of some
Scandinavia of a
country?
Nordic country they're from, but it's this fantastic knitter who has been like really putting effort into their social media
Nice.
presence lately. Their name's Sorcerer Knits or Sorcerer Yarn, and she or they have a tutorial for the tubular bind off that is super clear the way her grandma taught her how to do it, so that you can remember the steps logically and not mechanically.
Yeah. It was fine when I started. Like when I did the hem, it's just the getting started part that I froze up on that I need to see again. Because once I have like a couple of stitches and it's established, I'm fine. I'm good to go.
Yeah, it's
I remember
the
how
remembering
it
the
is.
first part.
Like you do purl-wise all the knit stitches and you do knit-wise all the purl stitches.
Yeah.
But it's just the getting started bit that kind of
No, I hear you.
messed me up a little. But that's okay.
But that's still a shout out to Sorceress Yarn.
Yes.
Because they're
Yes.
amazing. I love them.
We stand people making knitting and crocheting and crafting more accessible. Woo!
And free.
And free.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And abundant. I
Yep.
feel like there's an abundance of content for like yarn related crafts.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really want is company, you know?
Yeah.
I hope that we can bring you some company. I hope that you're
Absolutely.
sitting along and knitting with us, and even though we can't have you in the room, because that would be crazy. We
Not
don't know
that
where
big
you
of a
live,
room, yeah.
and we don't have that big of a room. But we want to keep you company and chat and knit and sip and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit, sip, and knit.
Sit, sip, and knit.
Ideal. Freaking.
We need T-shirts that say sit,
Sit.
sip,
Ooh,
and knit.
merch.
Ooh la la.
That would be so cool.
T-Public, here we come.
I'm into this. I gotta make
Copyright.
I'm gonna make a Vista print account immediately.
I'm sure somebody else has already done sit, sip, and knit, but that's okay.
Have they?
Don't give
I
me
don't
the
know.
ideas.
I don't know.
Well, I haven't seen it.
Well, in that case, it doesn't
You
exist.
know what was really surprising to me? Like there was this person that made sweatshirts that literally made just say knitter in like super plain
Mm-hmm.
font, and they were so popular, and I wanted one, and I was like, yeah, I could pay $45 plus shipping to get that knitter sweatshirt. It's just a sweatshirt that says in one color knitter,
Yeah.
but for some reason I was like, yeah, that's exactly the kind of merch that I want.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just the simple stuff that
Yep.
gets me.
The simpler, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So, Allie, you have a question for us,
I
don't
do have a
you?
question, so there's a bit of a lead-in here.
Oh.
There's a bit of a lead-in because I am always inspired to ask questions about the things happening in my everyday life. So, last weekend, I had the very distinct pleasure of meeting up with Zoe from Woolerton Estates Yarns.
Hi, Zoe.
They
Hi.
are a fantastic indie dyer based in... What was the name of the town? Oh my god.
Valais, some shit.
No, it started with an S. It's right on the Vermont border. There's, if you've ever seen the photos of the library that's like literally on the Canada-US border, that's the town. I want to say it's like Sheridan, but I know that's wrong. Either way, whatever. They originally owned a shop in Montreal called
Yes.
Petit Crochet Co. We had visited and loved the shop. It was absolutely fantastic. They decided with their partner that they were going to close up the shop and they were going to move out into the eastern townships because what they wanted to do was wanted to open a like B&B kind of retreat style place. So they're fixing up a historic house. It's really cool. They've become very much embedded into... It doesn't work. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. Stansted. There we go.
Thanks, Google.
They've become very much integrated into their community. It's fantastic. And they're still dyeing yarn, but they just don't have a brick and mortar shop anymore. Anyway,
I just want to say to Zoe, my mom still misses your shop so much because it used to be the shop that was the closest
around the
to
corner
her
from her.
house. So when it closed, she was like, no. So yeah, she still thinks about it.
well, Zoe was very kind, was in Ottawa visiting family last weekend, and was like, hey, if anybody's around, do you want to do a little bit of yarn shopping and yarn swapping in the morning? And
so
we were like, okay.
Yes,
we
we
literally
do.
pulled our neighbor out of bed to join us. They
Let's go yarn shopping!
They were apparently half asleep, brushing their teeth, ready to go back into bed when their partner came in and was like, oh, Allie and Annie are going to go buy some yarn. Do you want to go join them? So
And they did.
they did come with us, so that was awesome.
That's
But
funny.
anyway, so we met up with Zoe and with their partner, Maehrer, and I bought so much yarn. It was wow. But one of the yarns I did buy was I bought 2 skeins of this Surrey lace.
Let me hold it up because
Yeah.
I don't think you guys are ready to appreciate just the richness of this hand-dyed yarn.
It's beautiful.
And the fluff. This is called the Cousin Burley.
Yeah.
And it is...
It's a Surrey lace.
It's the 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk in the colorway Florent.
Florent. Yeah. So this colorway is really exciting. I'm tangenting, but that's fine. This colorway is really exciting because, as you may have seen, the U.S. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez recently has been posting about a sweater that they were knitting in this exact yarn, or in a different base, but this colorway. And so Zoe, after seeing that, decided to put up a fundraiser for this colorway, and they were able to donate hundreds of dollars to the Rainbow Railroad from the sales of this yarn after AOC had kind of publicized it a little bit, which was really amazing. And so when we saw Zoe, I was like, absolutely, I'm getting a couple of skeins of this. I'm not entirely certain what I'm going to make with it yet, but I do have an idea, which will be talked about in inspiration. But it's gotten me thinking. This is alpaca. I think I have met an alpaca like once in my life, and it was when I lived in Chile. And so now I'm thinking...
Do you remember the alpaca's name?
No, it was at a zoo.
Oh,
Was that a
alpacas
zoo?
are the best people.
It spit at
The
a
literal
child, and it was
best.
really funny to see. Because the child was antagonizing it.
Oh.
I know, it's great. Anyway, so it's got me thinking, the last time I saw an alpaca in person, I was a child, I was living in Chile. Apparently there's an alpaca farm here in Ottawa that
There's multiple.
I didn't know about. But it's gotten me thinking, what would be your aspirational fiber travel?
Oh my god.
Because like there's a company that I follow them on social media. They're called Thread Caravan.
Yeah.
And they organize like trips around fiber production, textile production all over the world. And so recently I saw that they ran one through Rajasthan in India. And it all had to do with like woodblock printing, cotton screen printing, and that kind of stuff.
That's
And
so
it was
cool.
so fascinating. And I would just love to do something like that. Take a trip where the whole point is dedicated to learning about a new textile craft, learning about a new fiber craft. Melissa Clulo of Sandra Yarn Co. was literally just in Yorkshire visiting the farms, the mills, the production company for their Yarn Co. For Sandra Yarn Co. Like all of their yarn is milled in the UK. And they were just there. If you check out her Instagram, Sandra Yarn Co., she has a Instagram story saved called Yorkshire, a highlight, and it is the whole process from sheep to skein. It's really cool. I think it'd be so much fun to do some sort of travel like that. So what I'm asking is, what is your aspirational fiber textile travel?
Okay.
Long-winded.
Listen, I've been a longtime fan of the knitting cruises
Ooh,
that are
yeah.
out there. There's one specifically that's like around Alaska, and you visit like several islands around there, and there's talks and workshops and a bunch of other knitters on the boat.
That would be
And
fun.
I think that is really fun. However, oh man, do I get motion sick. Oh, it's really bad. I don't. It's so bad, and I just don't think I could like physically make it on one of those. So I have this dream. Then one day I'm going to make the same Alaska trip, but I won't be on the boat. I'll just fly there
and meet everybody and catch a can or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I just, I think everywhere you go, you're gonna find a yarn store. That's at least my hope for the world.
That would be ideal.
And so anywhere could be a yarn destination. On my bucket list of places to visit that are wool forward are the Faroe Islands.
Yes.
First and foremost. Super classic, traditional, very representative patterns in the Faroe Islands. And it's a small place, so I wouldn't stay too long, but I do want to visit. I want to go to Ireland and meet some Highland coos.
That would be Scotland.
Oh, Scotland and meet some Highland coos. I want to see those emo cows grazing about and singing Blink-182. I love Highland cows. I want to meet some. And
they're pretty great.
Last but not least, Norway.
Yeah.
I would love to do like a good 2 to 3 weeks in Norway, just chilling, having a slow vacation, taking a few workshops, maybe meeting Arne and Carlos. I don't know.
That would be so much fun.
That's kind of like dream bucket list.
Yeah.
Like places to visit that are wool forward.
Love that. Love that.
For me, it'd be more, not necessarily, I mean, it's still wool related, but it would be like finding a way to visit different farms or establishments where we meet or where we actually get to see and interact with the animals that, and not just sheep, but like different types of sheep and cows and Jesus, the hares, the
camels, alpaca, llama,
all of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Angora bunnies.
And yes, Angora bunnies, like
goats,
like any, like essentially like go on it. I mean, obviously we wouldn't be able to do it all of them in one tour, but I would
just
love
give yourself enough time and you could.
Retirement goals, but it would be more like that whole trip would be planned according to which animal are you gonna go see, and then you get to visit like where they are, how they, like how they make the yarn essentially, and then obviously you kind of hope you have the opportunity to buy some, but the point is like I'd like to see it from the perspective of the animal. Does that make sense? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I also want to do the quintessential let's go to a country and visit every yarn shop they have, but I kind of want to see the animal behind the yarn more than the yarn itself, because I feel like a lot of times we kind of like just buy the yarn and kind of like just, oh, this is so soft and nice, but it's like there's an animal behind it. I want to see who the animal is. I like the places that like tell you the name of the animal that gave you the yarn.
Yeah, there's a person here in the Ottawa Valley that has a sheep farm, like a hobby sheep farm, and she labels her yarn, like her hand spun yarn, with the name of the sheep she shore.
I love it.
That's so
to make it.
I love it.
And it's so cute because when you buy her yarn, you can also buy a little pin with the picture of the sheep that it came from.
Yeah, and it's just it gives you a little extra like.
Do you remember the name of her farms?
I don't remember the name of the farm, but I remember the sheep that I bought from was Lucy.
That's adorable.
But you know what? It is in my yarn closet, so I will check the label and put it in the show notes after this.
Nice.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
No, so yeah, definitely. That's what I would go for. More on the.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know who did a really you
yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, if you guys can hear, but Bilbo is incredibly enthused with this conversation.
He's snoring away.
He is snoring away to high heaven. He's like, yeah, absolutely, I support this. He doesn't. It's really adorable.
Well, no, he certainly doesn't, because it would mean that she has to go away.
That's true. But
true.
it's like,
sure
it is impressive.
He would not appreciate that.
I wish you could see him because he's sleeping
like
on his little bed
out.
with one leg out, kind of like when you you stick one leg out of the covers.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute. Carine, are you gonna take a picture?
I'm gonna take a very cute little.
So sweet. Anyway, what I was gonna say that there is this weaver that I follow on YouTube. Her name's Jillian Eve.
Yes.
Evie. Recently went on a yarn trek adventure to Peru.
Yeah.
And I watched her vlog of that trip, and I got so excited to maybe do the exact same thing that they did.
I was literally going to say that would be my inspirational travel.
Peru?
Would be to do the Inca Trail.
Oh.
Because there's like... I don't know if you've ever heard of something called a kipa.
No.
So a kipa was essentially like a long string with like knots tied on it, and it was used as a method of like communication and like, I don't want to say note taking. I don't think that's proper. I don't think that's correct. But essentially, it was this tool that was made out of textiles that was used to like shore up the like trade and industry and like sending messages from town to town in the Inca civilization. And it's this incredible piece of like textile history that is so unique to the Inca civilization. And I think going to the birthplace of that would be really freaking cool.
One thing that I really want
Bilbo! Oh my god!
He's violently uninterested in our conversation.
Like, yeah.
One thing that I'm really interested in the Peru specific region that Jillian Eve went to with their group is that it is one of the only places on Earth, that's too dramatic, but it's one of the only places left where the indigenous peoples have protected their traditions for so long that there is no external influence in their practice. And so everything that they have to show has been passed down generation after generation. And it's been just like verbal, empirical knowledge. And I'm very interested in seeing the differences of traditional wool crafts and modern, like compare it to the way that we use our modern yarn and our modern yarn crafts and practice, because I think it would be really cool to see what has sustained the test of time. What are those techniques that it doesn't matter how long it's been, they got it right from the first time, around, and that's still what we do today. And I'm just like genuinely so curious to go and see that, like with a lot of respect for the indigenous peoples of Peru, of that region.
And I think if I remember correctly, this textile style of weaving is a UNESCO intangible heritage. It's been like designated as protected intangible heritage by UNESCO. So like that's pretty freaking cool.
That is pretty cool.
So
there's textile, a lot of textile culture in Mexico as well. Not specifically where I'm from, but a bit more like to the southern parts, the southern states of Mexico, that I've always enjoyed visiting. Like, I was lucky that my family would take us on road trips when we were little and for summer vacation, so I got to experience firsthand some of those traditional textiles being made. I would love, now that I'm an adult, to revisit those places and really see them and appreciate them as a maker myself, because when I was a child, I had no interest in textiles, right? I was just like, yep, colorful, let's go. Right? That's a bird, that's a flower, let's go. But now I'm able to appreciate really the craftsmanship that goes into those traditional textiles and the time that these artisans are putting into it, and how vibrant the colors are when they're using natural plant dyes. It's a lot of cotton, linen, silk, not so much wool really, because I don't think like sheep farming is super...
I mean, they get really hot.
They would,
that close to
even
the
though
equator?
wool is
in the jungle,
temperature regular, but like I just don't think there's a big industry in Mexico for wool, at least not traditionally. But yeah, like I said, now that I'm an adult, I would love to revisit my own country and just reconnect with that textile
that'd
culture.
be amazing.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
How's Quebec for wool traditions?
I mean, traditions. I mean, textile or knitting, sewing, anything that's fiber crafts or textile related has always been part of our, like, history, but the history that comes from France and other parts of Europe. It's not super, like, I mean, we have a lot of sheep here. We have a lot of, a little bit less llama and alpacas, but they're still very much present.
Mm-hmm.
Angora, we have a bit of everything. We have a perfect, when you think about it, we have a very good, like, we're in a really good spot to have most of the animals that you can have yarn
Yeah,
from, because
it's true.
we get hot, cold weather, so and we have when it gets too hot, you go in the barn. When it gets too cold, you go in the barn. Kind of, or in the house.
Regardless, you're in the barn.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's definitely not. I think it's. I don't know if I would call it tradition. It's more like just the normal, like your mom told you, or
Yeah.
your grandma taught you.
I would
or
argue
your
that that's
aunt,
tradition.
yeah, aunt taught you, and then which in my case is not. YouTube taught me. My mom
Me
tried to
too.
teach me. My mom tried, bless her soul. She tried very hard, and I was too rambunctious. So,
Look, our
and then,
parents may be our first teachers, but they're not our best teachers.
but I mean, she tried. But the funny part is that I showed up with my full first done and wearable sweater to my grandma's. Like, I was meeting her and my grandma at the same time. And then my grandma's the one who said, like, oh, that's a really nice sweater. And I just replied, thanks, I made it. And I just see my mom whipping her head around going like, but like, not because she's proud. 'Cause she was like kind of offended that I just did it behind her back. And then she was fine. But
Like, you did not behind her back, but you did it without her.
yeah, and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I used YouTube. She's like, why did you ask me? I'm like, Mom, you tried. I was 10. I am now older. I tried again, and it worked. And she's like, uh-huh. And now it's like, we talk about knitting now on a regular basis and like what project we're working on, but I think I needed to learn on my own terms.
Yeah.
by
That's so
myself.
fair. That is so fair.
Yeah, so... But yeah,
Would you want to take your mom on a yarn
oh,
vacation?
100%. I would love to take Linda and my mom together.
Oh,
I think that would be such a fun little, like, outing, the three of us, just like...
Do you know when people say everyone and their mom is going on this trip? I actually just want us to go ourselves and our moms on a trip.
My mom's not a crafter, but she's always down for an adventure.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wouldn't it
good.
be
So long as
fun if-
everybody's in bed by 9 p.m., she's down for the adventure.
Oh, absolutely. We're all over 30.
Yep. Yeah.
We're not staying up.
We're not, no, we're not. And wouldn't it be fun, though? Like, a whole, like,
That would be really fun.
daughter.
Allie, is there a place in the world that you haven't been to that you want to go for fiber shenanigans?
Fiber shenanigans.
Fiber
Okay,
shenanigans?
this is probably, like, super niche.
I love niche.
Go.
But there are, again, UNESCO Intangible Heritage Protected methods of weaving in China.
Yeah.
That are, like, that date back to, like, 15, 16, 1700 years ago, whatever, that are just incredible. And I was very lucky to have lived in China for a few years when I was in high school for my dad's job. I would love to go back now and to, like, have a chance to, like, just really delve into that, like, textile history in China, because I got glimpses of it when I was there.
Yeah.
I was a student. I was in high school. Like, you only get to see what you're really shown. But I would just love to go back and, like, really understand, like, the birthplace of silk as we know it today, right? Like, alternatively, how incredible would it be to travel the Silk Road?
And, like,
That is, like, bucket list.
Watch a demonstration of silk printing, like with the indigo and the woad plants.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they do, like, the wax resist
Yep.
Yeah.
silk printing?
Yep.
Oh my god, I would love to witness that.
So that's where, I mean, every part of the world that has textiles, I would love to go. Like, I would love to go to New Zealand and to learn more about the weaving techniques that are there, because they use more plant-based fibers. Well, they do use wool, but they use like Maori traditional techniques, use plant-based fibers, bast, things like that. That would be, and you're looking at like sails. You're looking at humongous sails and that kind of stuff, and it just would be, yeah. If I could just spend the rest of my life learning traditional fiber craft,
I would join you on that adventure in a heartbeat.
Unfortunately,
absolutely,
it wouldn't pay.
If you're watching this and you want to pay us so that we can travel the world and learn about fibers,
Discovery Channel,
please.
If you want to sponsor
Discovery Channel.
That's what I
Netflix.
would.
If you're a Netflix producer, we have a show idea.
Obviously, in a culturally appropriate way. We're not going in.
Goes without saying.
You know, and every cent that would come out of this would go back into the community that would be teaching us. Obviously,
absolutely.
This would be done ethically, or it won't be done at all. But yeah.
But we do need the funds. So if you work for Netflix, please.
TV Daddy,
slide into our DMs.
TV Daddy, come help us make a TV show.
Or mommy.
Or
parent.
Yeah.
We have
the person with the money bags, please.
Yes,
please,
whoever
please
you
call.
are, if you have the money bags, we want to go traveling and learning about fiber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marie-Liz says that she visited the Angora goats at Les Belles Bouclettes.
That must have been such a
That's so fun.
So
And I have bought yarn from Les Belles Bouclettes.
Yes, I love their yarn.
Oh, it's just, I'm salivating thinking about it.
Well, mine, the velvet core has Les Belles Bouclettes. So the turquoise and the golden-ish are both Les Belles Bouclettes.
Amazing.
Yeah,
nice.
And it's so soft, and it's so like...
And it softens with wear, too.
Oh, and I just love how it kind of shines very lightly.
Yeah.
And I love that Les Belles Bouclettes does mohair in a way that I don't often see, which is like really smooth worsted spun mohair, not hairy mohair. And that's so refreshing to me because it's such a beautiful, shiny fiber, and we always see it teased out. You know, with the fluff, which is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
No complaints about that. But I love the different way that Les Belles Bouclettes prepares their mohair. And now that I know that they have Angora goats, you're on my list.
So I'm curious.
That could be a nice project. We're talking about like traveling around the world, but we could start with traveling around Ontario, Quebec, even just here, where we go to like...
I'm so down for this plan.
Like, you know what I mean? Like we go to farms and we actually get to visit and like...
I support this.
Yeah, that could be a little series in itself.
I've been saying this for years. I'm dying to visit Topsy Farms in Amherst Island.
Amherst Island, yeah.
But I don't drive. And it's hard to convince people who do drive to take me on a yarn road trip.
Excuse you.
It's not that hard.
I am right here.
Actually not that hard.
I feel insulted right now. All you have to do is say when and where, and I will get the car.
Let me get my calendar out. We're gonna make this happen.
I feel like this would be a really nice little like segue, or like not a segue. That's not the right word. Like a little segment.
Yeah.
To just like like get to see start us on our journey, and maybe once we have a bit of a series established, that Netflix producer's gonna be like, hey, I'll take you around the world.
It's like Somebody Feed Phil, except it's like Somebody Pet the Sheep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. I'm gonna pet the sheep.
It's gonna be us. Yeah, we're gonna pet all the sheep.
I love it.
And then Bilbo will get jealous, but that's fine.
You know what? Something a little closer to home. If you are ever in Vancouver, I highly encourage you head out to the Museum of Anthropology on the UBC campus, because their collection is incredible, and they have so many incredible examples of weaving, knotwork, anything like fiber related, like any kind of handicraft like that. They have so many incredible examples on display, beading, all that kind of stuff from around the world. So if you are also a fellow fiber geek, the MOA is, I think, a museum that's definitely worth visiting if you're out that way. Just a thought.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. I'm down for a museum any day. I love visiting the museums right here.
Yeah.
Especially the Agriculture Museum. I feel like that's my favorite
Go
one.
pet all the baby cows.
Go pet all the cows and go look at the piggies, honky honky. It's so cute. And they have a cheese festival every year.
Yeah.
And when they have baby goats, they do baby goat yoga.
Yeah.
That must be so much fun.
That must be zero yoga.
I mean,
also.
all I shouldn't say all. Most animal yoga
Is not
must
really.
be so much fun.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whether it's like cat, dog.
I don't trust myself going to puppy yoga though, which they do in Ottawa often.
There's a place here in Wellington West.
I know. I don't want to go because what if I accidentally adopt one? It could happen.
Oops.
You should bring Bilbo with you. I feel like
Oops.
based off of how he's contorted in his thing now, he'd fit right in.
Yeah, honestly, he would be a really good company for exercise.
He
that
probably
happens on
just
the
fall
floor.
asleep, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's okay.
my boy, he's a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, that's right. I've been thinking about a pattern a lot, and I know we don't have a segment for showcasing patterns, but if you guys have a pattern in mind, do you mind sharing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Right now,
Should
yeah.
I don't know
we
where-
inspiration it?
I think we have different inspiration,
Okay.
but we can do an inspiration now. Okay. I don't know if our video is gonna work.
Try
but
it.
Let's try. Let's go for a little bit of inspiration.
It did
It
work.
worked.
We got one thing right. Dude, we had 18 months of like very minimal mishaps, and then all of a sudden everything,
Just walk.
no idea why.
I don't know.
We'll get there. We'll figure it out
But the
eventually.
inspiration video worked.
So
You're
we'll
welcome
take
for the
that.
little bells.
We'll take that as a.
We'll take that as homework. Carine, what is inspiring you this week?
Okay, well, if we're talking about the full, you know what? Yes, we're going to talk about it. The first thing that's inspiring me, it's like a 2-part segue, is time off to knit. I'm saying this because I'm about to go on vacation. And Lord knows that when you have a busy schedule, you still knit, but you knit with a kind of
Guilt.
urgency and guilt that you don't have when you're on vacation. So I'm about to go and just sit back and knit for a while and not have to think about deadlines or stress or anything other than just what I'm
Fantastic.
working on. And I feel like some of this will also be just me sleeping, but I would like to get more of a leeway on this because I really want to wear it before the end of the season.
Are you going somewhere on vacation or are you staying home?
No,
Is it a staycation?
I'm going to visit family.
Oh,
And
okay.
with my partner. So we're going to be going to visit his parents where I get to just sit back and relax and
That's
not feel
so
stressed
nice.
and just, we're past
Ideal.
that stage where I
Ideal.
have to impress anybody. And I just feel like going home. It feels great.
I feel like I do my best work, like, art speaking, when I'm not on a deadline. When I'm just doing it for fun, when I'm excited about it, when I have no responsibilities to meet. To me, that's the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my, best time to knit. So you're onto something here. If you want to schedule yourself a knitting vacation, do it.
You should. Even if it's a knitting staycation, you're not going anywhere. You just the goal is just I want to relax and knit and just not. And even if you can't take a whole week, take a day, take even an afternoon. Sometimes not having to think. There is something to be said about going a few days, just because you really get to
Disconnect
from work, which is something I can't really do if it's just an afternoon. But if it's a few days, then especially if you leave your apartment or leave where you are, it's much easier to do that. And then hopefully while I'm there, I get to start the Fleur Camille, which is the pattern that I want to get started with.
Oh, show it.
This little guy right here. Let me just put
thank
this
you.
out of the way. Jeez. This way. We're getting there.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not really.
We'll put a link to it
yeah.
down below.
So, Fleur Camille by Brianna Mason. It's just lovely. It has really
like
cute little
nice
lace
lace,
detail, and I have the same yarn as this
Oh, in that peachy colorway.
in that peachy color, and
That's
I feel
gonna
like
be gorgeous.
yeah, this is more gonna be like a traditional, well, not traditional, but more like a classic cut of like sleeveless with a bit of a neck,
Yeah, higher neck.
higher neck for work, like something more like. But this one is a bit more, fun. Cute, like.
Ew.
But it's the same yarn, so and I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with this yarn. Therefore, so that's my inspiration. What about you?
Love that.
Me?
Yeah.
This week I'm very inspired by another YouTuber, a casual YouTuber at that. I don't know their first name, but she goes by the tag The Nitty Professor.
I think I've seen
Love
that
it.
content. Yeah.
The Nitty Professor, I think, is in the middle of the dissertation period for her PhD. And she studies a lot of fiber and textile art related content and has a lot to say about the relationship of art in the textile industry and society. And one of the videos that I'm feeling really inspired about from the Nitty Professor is called Knitting as Subversion to Neoliberalism.
Ooh.
And I know that those are some like big words, like $5 words that may sound a little bit intimidating and woo-woo, but listen, give it a chance. It's 18 minutes long, maybe a little bit less than that, and the Nitty Professor is such an eloquent speaker, and she cites her sources and shows you where the thoughts are coming from and her thought process. And I thought the proposals that she was making about being subversive, about making your own clothes or knitting or crocheting or weaving, spinning, etc., is innately subversive because in the modern world we do it not for survival as it used to, but we do it as a way to say, I reject capitalism in this moment. I reject how little they are paying artisans because I value my time as an artisan. I reject how exploitative the wool industry is because I value each inch of fleece that comes from a sheep, and I'm willing to pay the artisanal price for the yarn that I'm buying. And that in itself is subversive and a little bit of a rebellion against the way that late stage capitalism and neoliberalism is going. And I thought she makes a lot of really smart, eloquent points that I cannot pretend to repeat eloquently myself, but I do really recommend that you give the Nitty Professor a look. She's here on YouTube, and her channel has a lot of like small chunks of really good, well thought out content.
Nice.
So if you're on the intellectual side or want to get on the intellectual side of fiber crafts, I really recommend her channel. Some of the content is in German. I don't understand that one, but she does offer subtitles, so there's that. So yeah, the Nitty Professor has been really inspiring to me.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you?
Something remarkably less intellectual?
Love.
It's okay.
A specific pattern, actually. So, I'm just going to put this giant pile over here. There is a designer whose Instagram... why do you always disappear? Whose Instagram handle is Sosu Knits. It's Suzanne Sommer is her name. And she's got beautiful patterns. But recently, she came out with a pattern... Let me see if there's a full image of it. A pattern that's called the Good Things Shawl.
Oh, that's really blurry.
I don't know if it'll... Okay, well, we'll link it down below. But essentially, she's designed it in such a way where you have... It's a modular pattern that's knit. It's like a big star-shaped shawl. And you knit each section by itself. But she's designed it so that it's almost checkerboard. So you have, like, the first ring. You have, like, wool and then fluff. And then wool and then fluff. And then wool and then fluff. And then the next section, it's fluff, and then wool, and then fluff, and then wool, and then fluff.
Oh, okay. So you're playing, you're painting.
It's a texture thing as well as it is.
Oh, you love texture.
Yeah, texture. And it's really beautiful because she's made several samples. One which uses like a color gradient.
Yeah.
Another which uses just 3 different colors. And then a final one that's been really scrappy, where each section of the wool is a different color, but the fluff is the same color throughout. And I've been really inspired because I collect mini skeins like it's my day job. And I have many mini skeins. And I was thinking it might be really fun to pull a bunch of them, and she designed it so that it could function as like an advent pattern as well.
Okay.
Because there's 24 like rows. And so I was like, it might be fun to like pull a bunch of that yarn that I have, all of these bits, these bobs, these mini skeins, and then set it all out so that come December, I have an advent project, but I haven't had to buy an advent.
You've made your own advent.
Exactly. I have more than enough yarn to make my own advent.
I feel like I do too with scraps.
Yeah. So I think it would be really fun. And I was thinking when I purchased this fluff that I talked about earlier, the Florent colorway, because it's mostly white with like colorful speckles on it, splotches, that might be fun as the fluff.
Yeah.
And then I can pull the pinks, the greens, the oranges, the yellows, the blues, and that can kind of help give me a direction for the wool, the fingering weight wool sections, so that it's still cohesive. So I'm kind of leaning toward doing that with this, but I'm not 100% set on it. But I do like the idea of having an advent project in December this year. I do come from a family that celebrates Christmas, and while I am not in any way, shape, or form religious, I do like the idea of doing an advent and having something each day. So I did get a self-striping sock yarn from the Cozy Knitter that's a 24-day advent sock. But like something bigger could be more fun. So yeah.
And if it's bigger, it's more fun because you're spending more time knitting it.
Exactly.
You reminded me of because when you're talking about like the different textures being achieved with using mohair, no mohair, mohair, no mohair, and you reminded me of this really cool, simple triangle shawl called the Bennett Sisters.
Yes. Sorry, I have yarn for that in my stash.
I think I have that yarn for that in my stash. Somebody brought it up at our knitting group years ago, and I put it immediately in my Ravelry queue, and I just haven't started it. But they do something very similar where like one side of the shawl is in the same colorway but in just wool, and the other side is the same colorway but in mohair silk.
Mohair and wool. It's both.
Mohair and wool. Double. So when you fold it up and you envelop yourself in it, it just has that texture duality.
Yeah.
And that is very Pride and Prejudice, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Just the fact that it's called the Bennett Sisters makes me want to cast it on for the movie. Which, by the way, shout out! Okay, promo time.
Yes.
I have to do it. If you are in Ottawa or the Ottawa region, on August the 16th at 12:30 in the afternoon, we have rented the Mayfair Theatre to show a movie with the lights on, so you can bring your crafts to the theater and chat with us, meet other makers, whatever art you've got on your hands, knitting, crochet, painting, coloring, cord smith making, whatever literally it is anything that you have on your project on your projects to go, you can bring it with you. Sit at the theater with us, a beautiful historic theater here in downtown Ottawa, and watch the 2005 version of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen herself. And we are so freaking excited. Yeah. I think I'm gonna cosplay as Darcy.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, because I have suspenders, so.
I can picture it already because I think that was part of your Hobbit costume last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I kind of want to, like, I have a, but it's not the same period though, so it wouldn't work. Because I have a dress that's like, like more of a fashion, like, like one of those. Yeah. But it's like more from the 17, like it's not.
What period is it?
So,
it's more
Hold on a second. So Pride and Prejudice, the novel, takes place in Regency, England. So the novel came out in 1813. We're looking at like the 1810s. This is after George III was rendered incapacitated, but before he died and George IV came to the throne. So the Regency period in England, specifically the Regency period in England, because the fashions were different elsewhere.
Okay.
You were looking at empire waist, light A-lines, not a lot of petticoats, room for movement. They were afraid after the French Revolution and wanted to be able to run away. That's what
you gotta pick up your dress.
Yes, see, my the dress I have is the opposite.
However, the movie, the director didn't particularly like Regency fashions.
That's totally fair.
And so he, he pushed the date of the movie backward, so that it's set more in like 1790s. So you have what's a really interesting mishmash of fashions of like late 16th century fashions. Is that right? 16th? Anyway, late 1700s fashions of more voluminous, more shaped, structured garments.
That's right.
Juxtaposed with the like higher echelons of society, the older Bennet sisters, wearing the more nouveau Regency, early Regency styles. So that's why you see like Lizzie and Jane have those empire waisted beautiful gowns, but Kitty and Lydia and Mary have like a different style of dress.
I thought that was weird.
Yeah. So they've pushed the date, earlier in time. It's the 1790s. That's why Miss Bingley, Caroline Bingley, has like the beautiful, perfectly in fashion, early empire waisted Regency style gowns, but Charlotte Lucas does not.
That's so interesting that the director chose to depict that fashion transition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
We stand historical accuracy in movies.
And if you want to watch this historically accurate movie with us on August 16th, I hope you will visit eventbrite.com and look for Café Olen. It's called the Crafternoon at the Movies.
The link will be down below as well.
We'll put the link below for sure.
It's also in our Instagram bio.
Yeah, tickets are $15 if you buy it in advance, which we really hope that you do because it helps us prepare for how many people we're going to have there helping out. Or $20 in cash if you want to come in at the door. So that's my promo for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Shameless plug. Yeah. But for real, I really want to meet other people.
Yeah, we've had some really cool people show up the last few times.
We've met some really amazing people.
It's been fun every single time we've done it.
This is our fourth time hosting Crafternoon at the Maehrer. And so we're really excited because last time we did The Princess Bride in February.
That was a blast.
That was so much fun.
We're getting
not in February, in May.
Yeah, it was
in May because we did Moulin Rouge in February.
Yeah.
And there were some folks who because I check in tickets at the door, that's typically what I do. There was a bunch of folks who came in and they're like, hey, we've been here every single time. Like, so kind
sweet.
of you. We're really excited and we're really glad to be providing a venue for people to meet other makers in the city.
Yeah. And that's really the objective behind us putting effort into organizing social events for crafters is that we know that number one, making friends is really hard.
Yep.
And number two, crafting can be isolating if you let yourself become isolated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really easy to say, I'd rather just stay home and knit by myself than go out and do something with other people.
Yep.
So we're trying to build a community of soft, low energy crafters. Like, of course we have a lot of energy to give out and a lot of love for all of you. But what we're trying to do is create safe spaces where crafters can come together and gently be in each other's company. And if you choose to find friendships there and take them outside of the events that we're doing, that would really make our day. So I hope you'll be able to, step out of your comfort zone if it's not your thing to go outside and meet other people and just do this low stakes thing. The lights will be on. You can see your stitches. There will be no one there except for people that like to craft.
Yeah.
And you don't have to knit. You can do all sorts of crafts as long as you have the space for it.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you're going to be sketching,
Yeah, if you're like maybe wood whittling, maybe don't do that.
maybe don't do that. But well, I mean, sketching you can do it, but you have to be comfortable with having it on your lap.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different crafts. I still can't get over the fact that we had somebody
Oh my
bring
God,
a
okay.
spinning wheel.
So this is one of my old
Once.
coworkers, a friend of mine by the name of Olivia, who
Love it.
For a time worked as actually I think still does work as a costume interpreter at one of the historic sites in the Ottawa Valley area, and they would spin as part of their costume interpretation. And so before I think it was our February one, they reached out to me and they were like, hey, could I bring my spinning wheel? Here's a video of how it sounds because I don't want it to be disruptive. And we were like, heck yeah.
Absolutely bring
they
it.
literally brought, and we're not talking about like one of the small fold-up
No,
ones
full
that you
size.
can get today. We're talking about the big ones with the wheels.
The full size,
Like Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. I was gonna say Sleeping Beauty. size.
And so they rocked up with this spinning wheel that they had like hulked over their shoulder from Lansdowne. So if you're cognizant of the Ottawa area, they parked at Lansdowne and carried it over the bridge, and then rocked up. And we had set aside a space for them that had, because if you sit like higher up, there's some couches that have really nice like open spaces.
Yeah, and
so
like a lot of leg space.
So we saved a couch for Liv and spinning in the movie. It was so cool.
Bring your funky art. We want to see it.
Yeah. Bring
Somebody
your
last
crafts.
time was making fidget toys out of
Oh,
paracord.
with paracord.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It was cool because they were putting like a marble or a bead at the end, so it was kind of weighted.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Your friends came in and had they were like drawing on their iPads.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
my artsy friends. They like
So-
digital art, so they were drawing on their iPad.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really, whatever you want to do.
Yep. So we hope to see you there.
Yeah.
And if you come up to us and tell us, hey, we've seen you from your podcast, we'll give you a sticker.
Yes, we will.
Okay, now we need to make sure we have outfits with pockets then.
Oh yeah, pockets. Pockets are important.
Yeah.
Just one last thing. I've been thinking about that freaking lemon pouch
From Vera Rose.
from Vert and have you seen the lemon pouch?
I know. I have
Vert
not.
and Rose,
Yep.
who we have mentioned
Spoken of.
in this live stream before, because I love her style. She just released the sweetest yellow lemon pouch pattern with like the little leaves, and it looks so cute, and it could probably fit like a toothpick and a lipstick, but I still want to make it.
And this was the follow-up. I think they
I'm
had released
so
a strawberry
obsessed.
earlier this month.
Yeah,
So, like, they've got 2 fruit pouches.
literally
So
saw it
cute.
yesterday. Has been on my
Welcome.
mind for a
You're
full
welcome.
24 hours.
Was that it?
That's
Yeah,
the
that's it.
one.
Oh.
We'll put
That's
the
nice.
link below. But I just wanted to mention it because this is one of those like really silly,
Okay, no, but you want
really silly knitting. And it, you know what it reminded me of? Because I think we're on a roll here with food inspired knitting patterns.
Yes.
So this other person, Anna Huntsman.
Anna Hunter.
Anna Hunter? No, Anna Huntsman. I'll find her proper name. But she's been making brioche bacon.
Oh, I've seen that.
Brioche bacon.
I've seen that.
And like, she's been using DPNs to make fried eggs.
Yeah.
So she has a plate of like 2 fried eggs and 3 strips of bacon that she's made with like yarn, and it looks like so
hilarious.
comical. I love
It's
it. Like,
adorable.
and people in the comments are like, "Why are you knitting bacon?" And she's like, "Why the hell not? I want to knit bacon, so I'm gonna knit bacon." It's so good.
On the topic of cute knits, have you guys seen this one?
Oh yeah, Alex was telling me. Hi, Alex. Alex was telling me about the fish pouch, and I'm obsessed.
I don't know. Oh, man.
No.
Just go a little further back. Oh, there you go.
Or maybe. Okay, so they're pouches that are shaped like fish. A friend of the pod, Emily, of the Yarn Over Emily podcast, introduced me to these because she made a pouch for her AirPod case because she kept losing it in her backpack, and so she's like, whatever. Anyway, super cute. I gotta make one. They're
love
just ridiculous.
it.
They're just ridiculous. Who doesn't love them?
Who doesn't want a pouch that's shaped like a fish and the opening is the mouth of the fish?
Right?
Yeah.
Come
There's
on.
just too many fun knitting patterns out there. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
Too many and not enough hands and time.
Yeah.
If I could get paid to sit and craft all day,
I probably would do
I'd be
it.
unstoppable.
Do you have to go to art school to make a living out of art?
No.
Okay,
No.
you sounded
No.
very decisive.
You do
there.
not have
Agreed, 100%.
Okay.
Well, think about all of the
I mean-
incredible people in history who didn't have formal training,
Exactly.
but still are renowned today for the
Mhm.
art that they produce.
However, having said that, there's nothing wrong with going to art school.
There is nothing wrong.
Like,
No.
essentially, I feel like,
Do what you want to do, boo.
well, yes, but also, like, there's no proper path for when it comes to art or creativity.
Yeah.
It's really, to me, school is like, I'm going to learn techniques, but it's not going to teach me the feeling, the passion, the creative mind that comes with it. It's just going to teach me the techniques and how to improve what I already have. So, but it's not going to, it's not going to create the artist in you.
But don't
I
let a
hear
lack
that.
of formal education keep you from making a go of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this might be too deep, but I feel like
Never.
now that I'm an adult and having been out of university for how old am I? More than 10 years. Way more than 10 years. 15 years probably out of school. Now I can look back at my academic choices and reconsider that maybe I would have been happy if I had gone to something creatively inclined rather than what I did go to school for, which was business. I feel like
No, but but the degree that you have in business, the experience and the knowledge that you have, is now to a point where if you do decide you want to make a giant career switch and become a full-time creative, you have the ability to make that work.
Yeah, because you have
Right?
the
You
business
have a
side
point
too.
there.
Because so many people out there go into the things that give them passion, but they're not prepared for the administrative side of things, and
Yeah.
that's where all
Yep.
the trouble comes from,
Yeah,
right?
That's
100%.
true.
So
100%.
having that background, there's a lot of people out there who are like, I want to become a musician or I want to become a painter, and their parents are like, great, go to school first.
yeah.
Or like there's a lot of athletes particularly who are like, I want to play in the NFL, and their parents are like, understandable, get a scholarship, get a degree first, and they end up going to business school because your body may not be able to do that passion thing that you want forever, but if you have the skills to turn it into a viable business, or at least keep yourself sustained financially while
Fed
you're
and
doing
clothed.
it, that's invaluable.
So I did the opposite. I went to Cégep in fine arts for 2
Really?
years, where I learned a lot of different skills, sculpting, painting, drawing. A lot of different types of arts, and I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
For those of us that didn't go to school in Canada, what is Cégep?
So Cégep is kind of like a Quebec thing. So think of it as kind of like pre-college / university. So
it's neither high school nor university.
no. So essentially, it's a bit of a hybrid thing where we have 5 years of high school, and then we jump into Cégep, which is 2 years if you're going to university, or 3 years if you're just finishing there. And then university is normal. And the Cégep is kind of almost like a mini introduction to university, because it has very much a university setting, but with lower stakes.
Okay.
I guess.
So when you were choosing what to do academically, you
had
chose fine arts 2 years.
I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just enjoyed drawing, and I was like, you know what, I want to learn more about this. But throughout those 2 years, I realized that I enjoyed it, but not enough to make it make a career out of it. So I decided to go to university into something completely different afterwards. But those 2 years, and thank you parents for paying for those things that were essentially 2 years of not wasted time, but me searching for myself.
Growth.
To be fair, I did this, and then when I got to university, I found I was in the right program, and I never deviated from that program. Quite the opposite, I added to it. So I kind of did the opposite. I did the fun part first, and then I did the, but either way, it's true that you need a bit of a backup, quote unquote.
I love that you had the opportunity to explore that.
Yeah.
And then having lived it, decided, you know what, I'm going to leave this for my non-professional life?
I'm going to be honest, I enjoyed it, but I realized that I did not have the stomach for the actual art world. The reason I say this is because the art is very subjective. It's very much however the person interprets it, and I did not receive horrible critiques. Mine were pretty very forgettable. But I remember seeing other students, specifically one in particular, that at the at the end of the year you have a showcase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some of the professors who were choosing who was going to be in the showcase, they didn't choose any of her piece. And I remember listening to her asking I don't understand why, and she was obviously very, and they're just no, it just wasn't good enough. And it was so nonchalant for them, and so I'm going to crush your heart. And don't get me wrong, I get it. It is a very competitive and very hard world that we live in. And there are a lot of
subjective. Good is subjective.
There are a lot of insanely talented people out there. But to see that made me go I don't think I want to be part of that world where not so much, I mean, yeah, for sure it would happen to me 100%, but more, I don't like the idea that people can judge a work and destroy the artist as if there is no other interpretation than that interpretation, where just like a book, for example, if you take a story, there are people who are going to love it, people who are going to hate it, and people who don't, they're very indifferent towards it, and that's fine. But creatively, art is very much people are very open about criticizing it or saying they either love it or hate it. There's not much in between. And I just I don't think I would have the stomach to go through it. I was also very much not remarkable in any shape or form. I have no illusion about that. I did enjoy learning the very basic techniques that you need, and I use them to this day, but I don't think I had anything to offer other than just this was fun. The best I could have possibly done is be an art teacher at kindergarten or whatever. That's probably, if I had gone down that, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just felt this was not for me. This was not the path for me.
I really feel that because something about me is that I very easily get my feelings hurt. People's threshold of rejection is on average, let's say around here. Mine is on the floor.
Yeah.
So I feel when it comes to art, if I were to go to art school and have to have my work evaluated and graded, I would probably not enjoy that as much because it would really crush me to receive bad critiques. And also, like you said, it is subjective, but it's also, people are not shy to tell you their opinion, and that is art is supposed to evoke emotions, and if the emotions are bad, then that's what you did, right? But I think for me, what I recognize I would have really enjoyed is that guided learning environment in which there's a path that you can follow, there's a journey, there's someone before you has put together a program that allows you to progress little by little and get the techniques right and understand color and shapes and mixing and matching and such.
Don't get me wrong, that's what the program was for the most part, and more often than not the critiques were very good in the sense that it could be you did it wrong, but they would never say you did it wrong. They'd just say, hey, how about you try this? Or it was always done in a very constructive way because again, they understood we are novice, we don't know what we're doing. Some of us were definitely better than others. I remember seeing some of the students and I'm wow. Somebody painted, this was in the showcase, a very realistic Harley Davidson, and I remember staring at it going yeah, I'm gonna walk away now.
Oh,
I could never do
buddy.
that. To this day, painting is the one type of media that I'm very, very bad at.
Medium.
Medium, yeah.
Medium.
Like, I'm, like, not, I shouldn't say bad, because it's not so much that I'm bad at it. I just
It's your
really...
least practiced?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience in it, because it was never what called to me. I was always more into drawing and sketching. So, to me, that one was always very intimidating. I do have everything I would ever need to try it again. I'm just not really, you know, it's not... But, yeah, like, the for me, what really, you know... knock the nail on the coffin, is that what we say? Or sorry,
hit the nail on the head,
hit the nail,
or like final nail in the coffin.
Final nail was when that the panel of professors essentially just like shut her down. So, like, I was there because I was there to be supportive, and I didn't get a say in it because essentially they were like, no, this is how it's gonna go.
And seemingly cold-blooded.
And
right?
and it's because she had invited her family. She'd invited like I had some people had multiple pieces in the showcase. I had one, and I was like, we'll take it.
And they didn't tell her beforehand?
It was, I mean, no, she had time, like, she had time to tell her. But, like, I think we all assumed that everybody would get at least one showcase piece,
yeah, because we're raised in, like, when you're going through when you're going through, like, your school years, your elementary, your high school, we all always get, like, a little participation medal.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that helps when you're a younger person to be recognized for the effort that you made just for having showed up.
She was not the only one. So at least, I mean, it's a very small comfort, but it is a comfort to know that, you know, it's not like they singled her out.
Yeah.
But it's still, it felt icky to me that, like, some people,
get it.
and again, I get that in the art world, it is a reality. Not everybody is gonna be, you know, good enough to be on a world stage. Like, I'm certainly not one of them. I enjoy art for the sake of doing it for myself. Now when I draw, when I do anything, it's for me, for no one else. I just enjoy watching the progress. Do I show it to people sometimes? Yeah, if I'm really proud of something, I'll show it. But I don't have any aspiration to, you know, to have it in a gallery somewhere. But yeah.
Tell us how you feel about the art that you make. Do you want recognition? Do you want academic preparation for it? Are you making for yourself? I'm really content just making for myself. I don't need other people to tell me I did a good job, although I enjoy it when other people tell me that I did a good job. If I had to do it all over again, I think I would have wanted to take more art classes.
Hey,
when I was younger.
Never too late.
And I'm trying to do that now as an adult. Like, I just took a watercolor class, and I try to go to, like, the specialty knitting workshops that Wabi Sabi offers, and I take online classes on topics that interest me. But it's a real struggle to do it as an adult because there's so many more responsibilities that we have to dedicate our time to, on top of having to work to sustain ourselves. So if you're a young person, I really recommend that whatever passions you have, you nourish them now.
Yeah.
I've never felt the urge to create for the sake of creating. So I always find it so interesting when people who are artists talk about the art that they create, because I'm like,
you're very practical. You're like, I need a thing, so I'm gonna make the thing.
Yeah, like, and I believe that there is a need to have beauty in the everyday.
Yeah. And
so that's why I'm so excited about, like, making garments and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever in my life wanted to create just for the sake of creating. So it's really interesting to hear your perspectives on that.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. And thank you for being here with us and hanging out while we sip on our drinks of choice and
sit, sip, and knit. I'm not letting you go, guys.
Spill the tea.
Spill the tea, stitch the stitches, and, you know, just generally being potatoes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. We will leave you for now and check back in with us next week because we have another video coming to you on a topic that we're really excited about. Continuing on the thread of reflecting after having made so many projects over the years, and being elder crafters.
Yeah. Yep.
Not yet, but, you know, like,
we're getting there.
I consider myself being an elder crafter.
We're getting there.
Grandma status achieved. I already have the arthritis, so it was just a matter of time. Anyway, we'll see you again. again for another live stream 2 weeks from now. And until then, be well.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.